What's up, everyone? It's Jordan, the lazy ass reefer. And like my name implies, I can be lazy sometimes. And there's nothing worse than getting in bed, being exhausted, and then hearing that chugging sound coming from your tank because your tank's low on water. And of course, because you're lazy, you don't have any RODI water on standby. So now that it's 11 o'clock at night, you gotta get your RODI system up and running and wait, to make a couple gallons of that, which depending on your pressure and your unit could take a long time. And who wants to do that at 11 o'clock at night? So I got myself an auto top off from my local fish shop. To be honest with you, I've never really heard of this company before. However, the owner of the shop did say he's used it and he liked it. And for the price, you really can't go wrong with it. And Coral Box is like Jebao, which, it's made in China, whatever. I have two Jebao wave makers. I've had them up and running for over a year, no problems, and I love them. So I'm not really scared to try like Chinese made products. So first things first, this is not an unboxing. Whoops, all the stuff just fell out. There's nothing in here because I don't believe in doing unboxings on products that you have never used before. And to be honest with you, everything that comes with it is pretty much right here anyway, except for it doesn't show the tubing and the pump, but whatever. So I've had it up and running for a couple weeks now, and I love this thing, and I'll tell you specifically why I love it. One thing that kind of scared me a little bit is you'll see right there, it does not hang on the side of your sump or whatever. However, this suction cup, it uses like a screw that tightens it down. This thing is super strong. It's been on there for a couple weeks and it hasn't even budged, hasn't fallen off, anything. So I do kind of like that feature, and I like the fact that you can adjust it to whatever height or level you want. This is a controller right here, super simple, just has a couple lights, just letting you know the pump's on, that the level's okay, low level, overflow, et cetera, not too much going on there. That right there is the infrared sensor, which lets it know that the water level is where it should be. And this is a huge thing right here. This is a overflow alarm. So that little piece right there will float up, and that tells it that the system has overflowed or has gone higher than expected, and it will there's an audible alarm. And man, for a Chinese-made, imported cheap product, these are two sensors that I absolutely I would not use it if it didn't have them. That's effectively your low level, slash just your level indicator. This is huge. If the pump sticks on and it's just pumping RODI water into your tank, if you're not home, then you're kind of SOL. But if you are home and you hear the alarm, that lets you know that something's wrong. So that is huge. And one thing that it doesn't talk about is the fact that it does have a alarm on the pump. So if your reservoir is low and it's just running, it'll alarm for that as well. And that's huge as well. You want redundancy and you want alarms. You don't want the pump just kicking on and just pumping water, and just overflowing your tank with RODI water. Now I'm sure what you could do is you could probably rig this somehow with like an apex or something like that. Add another layer of redundancy. Have another level and plug that into your apex, and then have this plugged into that, and so you have essentially another backup. One thing that's nice too is that they actually send it with this little section of Velcro material, so you can put this on the back of your controller right here, and you can mount it anywhere you want. And so this is a cheap little dollar worth or whatever of material, but it's just a nice gesture on their part. Now with any auto top off, there's two things you always need to pay attention to. One is that your hose material that comes from your pump into your sump, you want to make sure that always stays above the water level. Otherwise, when the pump kicks off, you'll get a back siphon back into your reservoir, which could be disastrous. Or in the case when that happened to me, basically what happens is it starts to back siphon into the reservoir, then this senses that the water level is low, and then it kicks on, and then it back siphons, kicks on, back siphons. So that was just kind of like a lesson learned that I just had to adjust the hose. And then one thing too, this is your I guess, your primary sensor. So you always want to make sure that this little plastic piece on here just stays clean, and that you're not getting salt creep or anything like that on there that could potentially cause it to malfunction. So like I said, I've had this up and running for a couple weeks, and just for the price, you really just can't go wrong. Like I said, made in China, whatever. They do make a lot of different products, like reactors, skimmers. They make lights, all kinds of accessories. They're a pretty cool company, and they're definitely a company that I would potentially buy more products from. But yeah, that's all I really got. Like I said, I would show you guys some pictures in my sump, but it's dark under there, and it's kind of hard to take videos sometimes. And like I said, all the important stuff is right here. So that's all there really is to say about this. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section, and I respond to just about everyone. There'll be a link in the description, so if you want to check it out or see what other products CoralBox has, by all means, it's definitely worthwhile checking out. And like I said, there's nothing worse than 11 o'clock at night finding out that your tank's low on water. You do still have to make water and fill up your RODI reservoir, but that's in my opinion easier to do than just topping off your tank. You can have a larger reservoir so you can go longer, and all around it's just more convenient. So that's all I got for today, guys. I got more videos coming soon, specifically about I didn't have power for 18 hours in my house, and I just wanted to kind of go through what I did to keep my reef up and running and alive. And I got other videos coming soon. So if you like this, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos about my tank or product reviews like this, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take it easy.